Hello FlossTube, my name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis and this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome, welcome. I am so happy to see y'all. Today is Wednesday, January the 24th, and this is FlossTube number 33. Oh my goodness, how's everybody been doing? I'm back. It's only been a couple weeks. So far, so good with the new game plan. So just have so much to share with y'all today. Last time I was like, my floss tubes are not going to be very long, which is fine with the content that I had from my previous floss tube, but today I have a lot of fun stuff to share. So let me tell y'all what I have been up to. Like most of the nation, or a lot of the nation, Memphis, we got a bunch of weather last week. So we were basically snowed in all week long. I think last time I told y'all I was going to go do some things, and then I was going to go to the grocery store in anticipation of the bad weather, but I procrastinated on that one a little bit, and I didn't end up going until the Saturday before the bad weather came in. So luckily, we got to get together at Stitchers Inc. here in Memphis. That's our LNS, our 901 Stitchers group. We had our monthly stitch together. It was so fun. Had some new faces in there and a pretty full house, but we had a great time, and luckily that was scheduled before all that weather came in. So we did that, and then after I left there, I went to the grocery store, stocked up on as much as I could find. Of course, shelves were getting pretty empty, things were getting kind of scarce, so I just did my best and made a plan. My husband actually was out of town. He had been out of town working at a volleyball tournament out in Los Angeles, and so it was just my son and I at home, and so I made a meal plan. And I bought all the things, and I had us all set up because I anticipated it. They were saying we were going to get a bunch of snow, and we just don't have the equipment down in the south to deal with. You know, we don't have like a bunch of plows, and I don't know. We have like a couple salt trucks, I guess, or whatever they use, sand. I don't know what they put out there. Anyway, so we just aren't really in the position. And lots of times bad stuff happens, like we lose power, we lose water, like it's just a thing. So I had us all ready to go. And in particular, with my husband being out of town, I was extra on it and prepared, which I was super grateful, because it did start snowing on Sunday, and then it snowed all night long, and then it snowed all day on Monday. And in Memphis, we ended up getting about 4.5 inches, I think they said, within the city. Yeah, there was at least that much around here. And the cold weather, it got really cold, which we're not used to either. And it stayed. So like we still had snow and ice and junk on the ground until this Monday. But I'm gonna have to say it was the best possible scenario for me, being snowed in, and my son, we had everything we needed. We did not lose power. We stayed warm. We had food. And my husband actually, even though he flew in the middle of all that, he was able to get home okay. We didn't really have any hiccups until the city got put on like at first they were telling us we might have to conserve some energy, and we did that stuff, and then we didn't end up having to have any blackouts or anything. We ended up having to go into like a boil water advisory and water conservation and stuff, because there were so many pipes broken in the city. So anyway, that just got lifted last night. Yeah, so we're happy to have our water back, because couldn't find bottled water anywhere, and we are good to go. Last Saturday was the first Saturday I got out of the house since we've been snowed in, and I went to my daughter's baby sprinkle. So if you don't know, I'm expecting grandson number 2 sometime in March, and my daughter's brother-in-law's girlfriend and her mother put on a sweet baby sprinkle for them, and it was so much fun. They're calling them sprinkles now, y'all, if it's like kid number 2 or just kind of more of a low-key affair. Although this wasn't that low-key, but it was beautiful. They were so sweet for doing it. They did an amazing job. Food was delicious. Everything was gorgeous. It was pretty hard for family and friends to get there because the roads were still not in good condition, but she had a good turnout and got lots of really, really sweet gifts, and they are now ready for baby number 2. So everything is just good to go. She's doing some nesting, so we are very excited to welcome grandson number 2 in March. So you can imagine what I spent my time doing while I was snowed in, right? So I was stitching, I was getting caught up on some FlossTube, I tried punch needle for the first time, I got really serious about needle pointing for the first time, so I just had a lot of fun. So I have a lot of fun stuff to go over with y'all. I have things that I've worked on, some haul. I didn't do mega shopping because I was out all my money for that week, so I didn't do mega shopping, but I do have some haul that's been coming in. I want to talk a little bit about Needlework Market. I zoomed a lot since I've seen y'all last. I think I've zoomed like 7 or 8 different times, and it's been just great. I love zooming, so I've gotten to do a lot of that. And yeah, I just want to go over that sort of stuff with you. Some things that I'm thinking about for February, for Valentine's Day, because when I was decorating for winter, I'm like, I don't have a single Valentine stitch. Not a single one. So I kind of pulled together what I do have and what I think I'm going to be starting. So I'll share that with you all. I did have a new start during the snowstorm, snow day, snowmageddon, snow-in sort of situation for us, because and that's a pretty rare thing. So I did stitch on something that brought me an immense amount of joy that whole week, and I'll be sharing that with you too. I know I had a new start and I wasn't going to be doing a whole lot of that, but it just happens sometimes. It just happens sometimes. And if you can't enjoy yourself doing what you love, then I don't really know why we're doing it, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's see what I want to talk about first. Oh, I do want to say, I did finally get my WIP parade, all the technical difficulties straightened out. It has been uploaded. If you missed it, you're welcome to go check that out. It's a couple hours long. I do have a bunch of new subscribers from that, so welcome if you all are come back to check this video out. Thanks for coming back, and thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. It's always fun to get new people in and see all their comments and everything at the beginning of the year, whenever you do a WIP parade, basically. Kind of people like to watch WIP parades. So I've been watching tons of WIP parades, planning videos, all the things. I do have a new FlossTuber that I would like to share with you all, among so many that I watched, but this is actually a friend of mine named Amy. And I met Amy at StitchCon in 2022. And of course, just like the rest of the Stitchy world, turns out she's super good friends with some of my other friends, and that's just kind of how things work out. But we met in the late night stitching room at StitchCon. It was really funny. Zan and I had come down for the evening, and we were kind of just sitting around, and we were the only two at our table. Late night stitching is like super laid back at StitchCon. Like, I mean, it can get kind of rowdy and fun, but I'm just saying, like, you also can go down in your pajamas, and it's just hanging out and free for all, whatever. And a stitcher came over and sat with us, and her name was Amy, and we started talking. And then this is when we started really having a good time, because she started talking about, I think we were stitching Dark Queen of the Seas at the time, but then we started talking about Mirabilias. And I probably hadn't been stitching Mirabilias super long at that point. I know I hadn't. And Amy had. Amy's been stitching a long time. And let me just say, her new channel is called X Stitching and Adventures, okay? I'm going to link it in my description box below, but I'm going to put it up here too. And she has 2 out now. She's done like an intro, and then she's done a finished parade. So you can kind of see what kind of stitching Amy likes to do. Amy's a beautiful stitcher. She's been doing it for a long time, and she's won awards at the fairs, and yeah, she has a good variety of things. She does love the fancy ladies, as do I. So we connected on that, and we were just going back and forth, and she might have been one of the first people that face-to-face in real life that I've been able to sit down and have a Mirabilia conversation with. And when we got done talking, we had just so much fun. And then when we got done talking that night, Zan was like, Zan is my friend, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. Check her out too, if you haven't already. But we're travel besties. Well, I love Zan. So, but Zan was like, after we finished our conversation, she was like, that was so fun. Zan doesn't stitch fancy ladies or mirrors or anything like that, but she was like, just saying that it was basically so fun to see us both geeking out so much over getting to talk to somebody who loves fancy ladies and Mirabilias and such like we do. So anyway, go check Amy out. She's a whole lot of fun. There's Jen Lee. She does the 24 hours of cross stitch. She started that, and she also has a planner. I think it's Quirks and Stitches. I haven't gotten to watch her WIP parade yet, but I've heard it's like a 3-hour WIP parade. There's so many good ones out there, y'all. So just type in WIP parade and have a party. Okay, so I've been watching those. What was I gonna say next? Now I've just lost my train of thought. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about my new start. I don't have any finishes. I thought I would, maybe next month, but I don't have any new finishes just yet. But let's talk about what I have been working on, and then I want to get to some plans, like I said, some Valentine's charts that I want to share with y'all, some haul. I really want to get a little bit of an in-depth conversation about my long dog that I'm going to be restarting, and silks for you and how to handle those kind of silks. So stand by, it's going to be a good one. Let's do WIPS first. Some people are just all about the WIPS. I get it. It's cool. All right. This is my new start for my Snow Day 2024. This is Winter Nest by Nora Corbett. What is this collection called? It's called Holiday in the Forest. This is NC 276. Let's see when it came out. Oh, it was copyright 2020. Okay. I think it's gorgeous. There are a couple more in this series. There's a polar bear, a rabbit, I think they call it an Arctic hare, and an owl. I'm thinking about getting the polar bear, but this is the only one I have so far. I love it so much. So I just thought this was going to be perfect for a snow day. And I actually took it with me to my L&S Stitchers Inc. on that Saturday before the snow day. And I wanted to make sure that I had everything. So I got, if I needed any DMC, I don't think I did. I think I picked up like a Krynic, maybe a bead or two. I'm not sure. But anyway, what the thing was though, this chart led me to further purchases because I think, what is it called for? Well, it's a natural brown linen, but I wanted to stitch it on raw, and I wanted to stitch it on raw, a silver raw. That's what I stitched my Miss New Year's Berry on, and she's very blingy and sparkly. I didn't have any though. I only had opalescent raw, and Stitchers Inc. didn't have any either. So I ordered some, of course. But I actually had the opalescent raw. So that's what I ended up choosing to stitch this on. And this is where I got. I just couldn't put this down, y'all. So I'm stitching this one on a piece of 32 count opalescent raw. I don't know if you can see all the sparkle and shine in the fabric. It's a very, very pretty. And I broke every rule possible with this one. So I did a center start, and I stitched all of my X's and everything. And then I moved up and I did the snow. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just throw in that back stitch for those branches. Okay, so that's fine. You know, there's a lot more going on down here that needs to be stitched there. You see the nest? But I was having such a good time up in here. I'm like, okay, let's do the branches. So I put my back stitch in and made the branches. And then I'm like, you know, I think I could go for those beads too, which I'm always very much like in the order, right? Like you do all your X's with your DMC, and then you do your Krynic. And a lot of that reason is because you don't really want to stitch a lot of your DMC like on top of the Krynic, just because it can shred it a little bit. It's just gonna be really rough. But my Krynic is not near any, so it's okay. But anyway, and then then you're supposed to do your beads. And I mean, like that's usually the process, right? Or I don't know if you're supposed to. That's how I do it. That's how a lot of mirror stitchers do it. A lot of people who use beads and things and chatelaines, they'll do their regular X's first, and then your back stitches, and then your beads or your metallics, and anyway, so on. So getting too far into that. But so I cheated. Because I wanted to, and I put my beads in. So I've got some beads in the top here, and then I put those pretty berry beads in there, and I'm like, okay. And then I also did some little whisper in the little front of these birds, in their necks. Okay, and then I was like, all right, so I was gonna move on down to the nest. Well, the nest is like way down, right? And so I mean, I could have counted down that far, but I'm always a little bit nervous. I'm going to make an error, and I do like to lead from one thing to another to kind of make sure I'm in the right spot. And so I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm putting that Krynic in. So I started putting that Krynic in, and you'll see that. And then I got a little bit of like the ornaments started. That's where I am. And honestly, I stitched on this for a few days. I did some other things on the same day, but I could have just kept stitching and stitching and stitching. I was having such a good time on this one. I just didn't want to put it down. And I still don't want to stop stitching on it because I've still got it in the Q-snap. So maybe I can get some more on it this weekend, but I love it. It's so cute, so pretty. And when it gets all that pretty nest down there, it's going to be great. I found a very appropriate bag for it to live in. This is GaRon Tote Bags. This was their January bag of the month with the birds and the snow and the branches. So that's right on theme. All right. Okay, so not a new start, but an oldie but a goodie. Let's talk about this one for a minute. This one is Tree Bear by Soda Stitch. My friend Bernadette of Burn Stitches, she started a hashtag called #SodaStitchSaturday. I've been working on this one for a while, and sometimes I'm good about stitching on it on Saturdays. Sometimes I fall off a little bit, just kind of depends. But I worked on it this past Saturday. I am also stitching this with Bernadette and Jordan, the Tattooed Stitcher. They have a hashtag called Tree Bear Sal. So I've been stitching on this one for a while. What I've stitched on this week, let's see, let me show you. Here we are, here's Tree Bear. So since you last saw Tree Bear, I did lots of this green, all right? And let's just talk about this green for a minute. This is the green, DMC 913. Okay. I think this is a beautiful green. I love it, but I think it's kind of weird. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I'm sure somebody out there has the answer to this and is, you know, more knowledgeable about this than I am. But when I stitch with this, it's very thin. Compared to other greens, other DMCs, the coverage just is not as great. And I just wonder if it's something with the color or the dyeing process, right? It must be, because it's not only like only the skein that I had. You know what I mean? Like, this skein hasn't even been used, and I can tell it's the same. And so it's not terrible, but it's just not as fluffy as some of the other ones. I am stitching, this is an Ada. I think it's I don't know if it's an 18 or I think it's a 16. It's kind of small though. And I am stitching it using 2 strands of floss. I mean, the coverage is not terrible. It's just not as full coverage as some of those other colors in there. I don't know why, but yep, I decided I was going to stitch all 913. So all of that 913 is what I worked on Saturday. So cute. So I'm not giving up on this one. This one just is going to come out on Saturdays. Maybe not the whole, definitely not the whole day on Saturdays, but I am giving this one some love on Saturdays. I will say that I like to stitch on this particular whip in one of these Nurge hoops. I don't love these for everything. I like it on that kind of fabric. That is some crunchy Ada, and for whatever reason, that crunchy Ada works really well in my Nurge hoops. Like, I can get it nice and tight in there, and it doesn't slip like a lot of my other fabrics. I don't know if I'm doing something incorrectly, but a lot of my fabric is maybe on the soft side, and it likes to slip, and I can't get it quite as tight in these Nurge hoops. I do like these. They're lighter than a Q-snap. They have a very like a low profile, and they give you some extra stitching room in the corners as opposed to the Q-snap. So I like these, but I do reserve them for, I'm learning to reserve them for stiffer, crunchier fabric that's a little bit more grippy, or I have a small one of these that's good for like ornament sizes. So Nurge hoops, NURGE. I bought mine on Amazon. I know LNSs have them. I'm sure like 123 Stitch has them. I didn't choose my color. That's just what Amazon had, was a pack of pink. But yeah, they're not super expensive and worth giving a try, in my opinion, if you have some kind of grippier fabric. Either that or I'm just doing something wrong, but I'm not really sure what that would be just yet. I've you know, screwed it tight to my heart's content and pulled it. So we'll just see. Another thing I worked on is I got to do a Zoom with my Hawk Run Hollow friends. So we are stitching Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. Hashtag Halloween at HRH Sal. Started this originally with my friend Bobby of Pumpkin Creek Primitives, Sam of Sammy Liz, and Leanne Stitches, also of Forbidden Fiber Co. We have picked up some more friends, and we have been Zooming and having a good time. I didn't work on this one a whole lot last year, but I pulled this one out the other week and got a little work done. So let's see. I am working on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on block 6, which 6 and 7, which is that big middle double block. Stitching this one on a piece of 32 count Heather by Picture This Plus. And I worked on this middle block, like I said. Let me kind of fold you up here. See where I got. Oh, there we go. So I worked. That's the back. Oh my word. Lord have mercy, I swear, y'all. Okay. Let me do this. What was I doing? Preparation, Sarah. All right, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. So you'll see in this block, I worked on the flames around the cauldron this time. And I put in this little, I'm not sure what that little brown stuff is down there. But that's what I worked on. Got a good bit going. My bat, his little French knots in his eyes, those are kind of wonky. I probably will pull those out and redo those when I am near the end. But yeah, got a good bit of the flames done in the cauldron. So I think I'm about halfway. Well, I'm almost exactly halfway through that block. And then it's basically a mirror image on the other side. I mean, I've got an owl and a moon and things like that, but pretty similar. Well, I guess I've got stars and moons. So anyway, that's where I am on that one. You know, definitely working on that when I stitching with my friends on the Zoom. I'm not sure, you know, when I'll be pulling that one out as far as regular. It's not on my focus for 2024. Okay, one of them that is though, this will be a member of my WIP Go Walk of Shame board. So on my WIP Go board, I have 25 WIPs that I put 0 stitches into in 2023. And to remedy that, they all ended up on my WIP Go board and therefore called my WIP Go Walk of Shame. Yeah, the first one that got chosen was this one, Let Freedom Ring by Leela Studio. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Nowhere near being done. Oh my gosh, you should see. Leela Studio is the designer of the month for GaRon Stitchery in January. And Gary has been going to town on this thing. He's got like almost the whole top part done. I don't know. He's been rocking it. I did get some more progress in though. I took this to the 901 Stitch Together with me because I'm stitching on these on Saturdays. So like I'm giving each number that's called 2 Saturdays a month. Well, I'm supposed to anyway. So this was one went with me to 901 Stitch Together, and you'll see what did I get done from got that, finished the bird, and I got the top of that flag done. So that's what I worked on. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Not Another Sampler by Stitch Me, using all called for DMC and Fancy Floss. I don't know when I'm going to be getting this one back out to work on again. I enjoy working on it, but also not on my focus for the year. So, however, I did put time on 2 Saturdays into that one, and I've happily checked that one off my WIP Go board. Now, confession. The second number called for my WIP Go board was called The Moons of 2022. And that one was originally started with my friends that I do full moon stitching with, and it's kind of just fallen off, and I did not work on it in 2023. Yeah, so it landed on my WIP Go board, and I was supposed to work on it this past Saturday, and I did not. I didn't. We had the baby sprinkle. It was the first day I've been out of the house. I had to run to Target in the morning and pick up, because I didn't have a gift bag or tissue paper. I forgot that sort of stuff for some of the little things I bought. And so I had to get my husband. He took me to Target, and then we went to the baby sprinkle, and then I came home and I worked on something else that night. Even though I knew I was supposed to work on the other one, I just couldn't make myself do it. I don't remember what I was working on off the top of my head. But anyway, so I haven't worked on it yet. However, tomorrow is the 25th and it is a full moon. So I will work on that tomorrow, and then I'll work on it this Saturday, and we will call it good. All right, and I'll be able to mark that one off my WIP Go board. So you'll see that one next time around. Okay, Here's another one that I worked on for a little bit during a Zoom. I'm hoping to get to Zoom again with these lovely ladies of Table 4. Hashtag Table 4 is going to Grandma's. These are my sweet friends that I made at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And our Table 4 members were Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher and Amber Rogue Mama Stitcher, Bernadette Burn Stitches, Denise Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, Deb Stitches of Heritage, and Lisa Cross by Floss. Everyone has a fabulous floss tube with the exception of Deb, who has a fabulous Instagram. So I will put all their descriptions down in the box below, so you'll be able to go check them out if you want. We started this one together. It is so cute, right? Love it, love it, love it. We all started it in a little bit of different places. I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count of Very Peri Winter by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And I think when I was doing the Zoom, well, let me see what kind of color floss I've got hanging there. And I have a needle hanging. Cheese and crackers. Okay, pretty much sure I was working on all that white up there. Yeah, it's really, it's so cute. Where is my, I was gonna show y'all. I'm hiding it from myself. It's living in this fabulous bag that my sister-in-law makes, Rivertown Designs US. Love it, love her bags. She's got some special, this must be it. Yeah, those are the fibers for this. That's the floss. So pretty, right? Yeah, I wanted to show you all the floss. That's why I had it pulled out. So pretty. I love this one. So hopefully I'll get to Zoom with these sweet ladies soon. And maybe tonight, if everything goes to plan, I hope to see them tonight and get a little bit more progress on it. And I will show you all that when I come back next time. That's a big project. It's going to take us a while to get through, but we're going to make progress on it because we are Zooming. This one. Now, this one's going to get a lot of attention still the remainder of this week, and he has gotten some more attention. This is my Christmas Moose by Panna. Hashtag Marty the Christmas Moose Sal. I started stitching him with Nancy and Jenny of the Bougie Stitchers. There he is. I bought him in a kit. I think when I bought him on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I don't know if he's still available or not, but I've had him for quite a while. I took his fabric, and that's what I'm stitching Tree Bear on. I'm stitching him on something different. Like I said, it's snowed and it's been raining, so he has gotten some attention since you last saw him. I didn't take him completely out of the Q-snap because I was actually working on him last night, and it's rained this morning, so I'm going to put some more stitches in. But since you've seen him last, I've gotten all this body part done here. I had just finished the antlers, and then, well, have you seen him finished? You might not have seen him finished. I might have finished the antlers and stuff during this side of his antler during snow day. And then I've just moved down here because of the rain. So yeah, doing pretty good, right? That whole side's done with the exception of the back stitch and the smoke coming up, which I have not investigated yet. Someone actually asked me about that on one of my FlossTube comments and asked me how I was going to handle that smoke situation coming out. Y'all see what I'm talking about. That. I don't know if there are any directions or not in this kit about, because that person did not get a kit. It looks like it came with the fibers to use. And let's see if there is anything about how you're supposed to do this. I don't think so. Let's see. Whoa, this is too much to look at. It's in lots of different languages too. So many languages. But I do not see, just like off the top of my head, how it's telling you to handle that. I will investigate further. There's a lot of instructions on this kit, and it comes, like I said, it's in lots of different languages. So I'll have to take a peek. But I do have the fibers. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that. But that'll be a good problem to have, because that'll be the last thing that I do, right? So yeah, I didn't say what I was stitching him on. I'm stitching him on a piece of 32 count Arctic Blast by Seraphim. It always gets really washed out in these pictures, but it has a lot of purples and blues. He's so handsome. I'm nervous I'm gonna run out of floss for him. I'm gonna tell you that, because I just feel like there's so much to that brown, and I'm not really sure how that's gonna work. So I'm not gonna use anything all the way up. If I see I'm getting super low on it, I'm gonna like pump the brakes and try to find a conversion in case I have to get some extra floss. All right, another one that I stitched on with some sweet friends during the Zoom is the Forest Goddess by Mirabilia. I stitched on this one with my friends Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, and Lisa, Cross by Floss. Let's see, she is MD something something 87, I think, and I think she's like a 2005. She's beautiful. I love her. In fact, I was like a kid in the candy store. When it was time for the Zoom, I was getting her out and I was just smiling big as can be because I love her so much. Here she is. Isn't she beautiful? I'm stitching her on a piece of a 32 count Cecil by Seraphim Fabrics. I love it. I feel like it looks just like the woods. Okay. I want you to just take a look at her and you see all that draping in her cloak. It looks so good. However, when I was stitching it, there were some color choices that Nora made that I was like, really? I went with it anyway. And the end effect, of course, is gorgeous. Now, I had a similar situation occur. I finished down here on the bottom. That's one of the parts I finished during the Zoom, and there's kind of a really deep red in there, and I was like, I don't know, but when it's done, it's going to be great. So I worked on, since the last time you've seen this, like I said, I finished this little corner here, and then I started back up here and came down with these kind of bright pinks and magenta. Yep. After I finish touching the autumn sky, she will be my next go-to to finish because I love stitching her and I want her finished and I want her framed. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm excited. She has a lot of beads like in this kind of halo above her. And they're supposed to be fireflies because she's the forest goddess. I'm excited to put those in. Really excited. So looking forward to zooming with those two ladies again. We always have such a nice time. Okay. Got a little progress on this one too. I have been joining Allie Z, Allie Z is Krafty, and Stitchy Sarah Reads for their hashtag Owl Forest Friday stitch along. Here we go. The idea is just stitch on your Owl Forest on Fridays. I have plenty of Owl Forest WIPs going, so this is not a hardship or anything. This is fun, and I'm glad it's getting me to stitch on my Owl Forest. This is Bayou Cat. Isn't he handsome? I love him. So I got a good bit done on him Friday night. Let's see if I can put this up like here. Boop. Okay, there he is. Bayou Cat by Owl Forest Embroidery. I'm stitching him on a piece of 32 count linen. This is kit fabric. From the last time you saw him, I finished this whole little triangle area up here. And I went down here and did this house and this tree and some stripes in his tail. I did that on Friday. Like I was rolling on him on Friday. So I really had a good time stitching him. And I wouldn't have wanted to put him down except that I know I'm going to be getting him out again this Friday. So yes, I feel like finish for him is definitely attainable because we are already like here. I've just got and across the bottom. On this coming Friday, I think I'll try to finish that little section right there that I'm at because it is a page, and then maybe come back and work on some more of those mice across the bottom. He's so cute. So cute. I purchased him in a kit, and I am stitching him with the Owl Forest Embroidery floss. They're called for floss. Oh, another one. And now, we're going to be zooming on him soon. However, my friend Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Primitives is like putting me to shame. She is knocking it out of the park. This is Sir Thomas of Glendon Place. Hashtag Sir Thomas of Glendon Place Sal. All right, so my friend Tara, 805 Stitcher, she asked me, did I want to finish him this year? And I said yes. And so chopped him all up into 12 spots, and we've been working on him since November. I had a hard time stitching on him in December because I wasn't feeling it. He was a turkey. We were doing Santa Claus. It was not working for me. So I'm behind on December, and I have a lot to stitch in November. I can stitch my little partition. I can pop my little like partitioned off section in here if you can see it. But basically my December and January is like all of this and his head. And that's a lot. So got busy on him this weekend. And I did probably the least enjoyable part so far of this stitch for me. Let's see, I just want to tell you, I'm stitching him on a piece of 28 count China Pearl Joblin. That's a Witchelt. Very soft, it's very nice. Here's where I am. He lives in a roller frame, and these scroll rod covers are made by my friend Melissa at Shiba Designs. Okay, so can you guess what I worked on? All of that cream, hard to see stuff up there at the top, right? It's all cream. That finishes that section for me for January or December, whatever it was. And so now I get to do some more of the fun stuff. Now, the reason why I did this first is because this is the lightest color. And sometimes if you stitch light colors in last, when they're running back and across your colored threads, they get some of those colors kind of mixed in with them, and it kind of changes the color a little bit. I even noticed it so much when I started stitching. There's a little part over here that comes up against some the Silk Lame by the Rainbow Gallery, and it was pulling some metallic fibers, and I even pulled some orange in here, so I was having to use my tweezers and pull it out. So I mean, if it matters to you, it's worth to me doing the light colored stitches first. It wasn't easy to see. I had to do a big chunk of frogging, and I had to frog like this whole spike here because I got off just like one over and just had messed everything up. So I had to frog that whole part after I stitched that. And of course, these are very similar colors, like kind of tone on tone, and so it's harder to see. And you know, I did a lot of railroading, but I'm still not in love with how my stitches are laying, so it is what it is. I'm using all the called for materials for this one. I've got Sullivan's floss and a bunch of Rainbow Gallery, Silk Lame, and Petite Treasure braid, and all of the things, and it's just gorgeous. So yep, but this one you're going to see more of because that one cannot stay put away because I'm definitely in the playing catch-up game right now. All right, oh, another fun one I got to put some stitching in on. I'm going to have to pop a picture up of this one because I have borrowed it from a sweet stitchy friend, and it's one of my focuses for 2024, just like Thomas was. Sir Thomas. This one is called Strawberry Garden by Blackbird Designs. There's a picture. It is out of print. It is gorgeous. I fell deeply, madly in love with it, and a sweet stitchy friend let me borrow it. So here's where we are on Strawberry Garden. I'm stitching this on a piece of a 40 count. I think it's Milk and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Now, since you have last seen this, I have finished adding some of the alphabet in here. I've extended this flower up, and I've done a bunch of some vine work and some lazy daisy stitching. So that's where I am. Oh, this one is so fun to stitch on. I'm going to tell you what, I love it. Love it. Yeah. And these are the beautiful colors. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love this color palette. So good, so good. So you'll be seeing more of this soon. Oh, and of course, I don't know. I'll pop the picture up again while I talk about this. I've temporarily skipped the little blue forget-me-not that's going to live right there because I haven't 100% decided on my color for that one yet. It's either going to be, because I don't think the color that was chosen for it is maybe what originally it looked like, so I've chosen a different one. Let's see, where's that at? I have Deep Sea and this one, Brethren Blue. Those are the two that I'm trying to decide between to use. I really think I'm going currently for the Brethren Blue, this one, but I haven't totally given up on deep sea yet. I'm showing it to you upside down. Of course. Wouldn't be my floss tube if I didn't show you something backwards or upside down, would it? Okay, so I'm leaning towards this one. Yep. And actually, I did ask for a vote several months back, and most people did choose that one, but that's where I'm leaning right now. But I still haven't committed, so I didn't stitch the Forget Me Not yet. I kind of just avoided it and went around. It lives in a beautiful bag by my friend Tammy, Blalock, Creative Country Girl. Appropriately themed, of course. And that was a focus piece of mine for 2024 because it is borrowed and I would like to return it to my friend ASAP. This one is another focus of mine. So I did a pretty good job. You're going to see I did a pretty good job hitting my focuses. All right. I'm stitching one of these stockings from the Better Homes and Garden Heirloom Christmas Stockings book. I am stitching, what's it called? Toys and Games stocking. That little one down, that one down there. Maybe I'll post a picture up right here. That way you can really see what's going on. And so I am stitching this for my grandson Brooks, and it is a focus piece of mine because I got to get this thing done. I've gone through a lot of things with this one, and it's been really hard for me to get progress on. There's a lot of color changes, a lot of fractional stitches. So I'm now stitching it using my iPad, which has helped tremendously. I can see my pattern better, and then I'm using a panko organizer with pre-threaded needles. Several of you all suggested to me when I was talking about how it calls for three strands of floss. And I like to do a loop start and how I wasn't able to with 3 strands of floss. Several of you all pointed me in the right direction of a couple online tutorials that yes, you can do a loop start with 3 strands of floss. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will go back and I will find the one that I watched, and I will post a link to that tutorial down here in my description box, or at least to the channel in my description box below, because a loop start with 3 strands, it is possible. Everything has been working to make my life easier for this so far. So here we go. I'm stitching this on a piece of a 25 count mushroom Lugana. And since you've seen it last, I'm like, what direction? Okay. Since you've seen it last, I have put in this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, done all that. Yeah, I made a boo-boo. Was watching one of those wild football games from last weekend, and I started stitching. I thought I was stitching down here, which is a bottom shelf. And I was actually stitching on the second shelf. And so I had to rip a bunch out. And then some of the stitches actually matched right here, so I just kept going on the second shelf. But yeah, you know, it's going to be one of those things. I wasn't paying attention. I really thought I was working down here. And then I look up and I'm like, what am I doing up here? Yeah. Wake up. Wake up. So you'll be seeing plenty more of that. It's living in its new bag, supersized tote from GaRon Toten Bags. All right. Almost done with my WIPS, y'all. This is another focus piece for 2024. Y'all are going to be seeing a lot of these. A lot of these. This is Touching the Autumn Sky by Mirabilia. This is an out-of-print Mirabilia that I have also borrowed from a sweet stitchy friend, and therefore it is a focus piece because I would like to get it back to her. MD number 33, and copyright. I don't know when the copyright was. She's beautiful. She reminds me of my daughter. I'm stitching her on a piece of 32 count snow. Why can't I remember this now? Snow what? Snow Drifts fabric by Stephanie, one of my favorite fabric dyers. I did not take her out of the Q-snap because that is all that I have stitched, and so you can see her just fine in that Q-snap. I have been stitching her on Mira Mondays, hashtag Mira Monday stitching, started by my friend Lisa of Cross by Floss. My friend Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, we are gonna, she's doing this on Mira Mondays too, because she has a urge to get her finished this year as well. And there's quite a few people that seem to be wanting to finish her this year. I know Pam over at Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. She's been working on her. I started her with my friend Leanne, Leanne Stitches. I don't know if she plans to finish her this year, but she also didn't borrow the chart from somebody. So anyway, yeah, there she is. So I think since last time you've seen her, I know I got this purple in here and I'm working around here. I'm kind of doing a little bit of color completion by section. So right now I'm focusing down in the bottom part of her skirt. I'm not going here yet. I want to get all of this done and then I'll go up. So that's where I am. Very enjoyable. I am really enjoying stitching her. So that's good since I've got a deadline on it for myself. And last but certainly not least of my WIPS, Best Friend Santa, the ornament that I'm stitching for my daughter and her family. I wanted to have this one done, but kind of just got a little bit sidetracked with Winter Nest. And so I did get a good bit done since last you've seen. So here we are. This is a Mill Hill kit, so it came with the perforated paper, it came with all of the floss and the beads and a needle and a beading needle. And so since last time you've seen this one, I have finished the inside, all the X's, the cross stitches, the inside of his coat and this edge here. Yeah. So now I'm working on a puppy dog tail and kind of going up and getting some puppy stuff in. I have put mine on a set of mini stretcher bars. A lot of people use this for needlepoint, just because I am very, very rough on the perforated paper and I bend it and curl it and do all such things. I also don't like my threads to catch on the bottom of this paper. It gets on my nerves. My friend Fawn from Sanctum Stitching also suggested you could use some washi tape around the edges if you didn't want to do something like this. Do what works for you, right? All right, so hopefully when I come back, that one will be done. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, those were all of my WIPs from this last time. I appreciate you sitting through those with me, and I feel like you're going to see quite a few of those on the regular, okay? On the regular. I do have some plans coming up for some stuff that I want to work on and a few things I want to talk to y'all about. Let's talk about February. February, all right. Like I said, I don't have any Valentine's Day patterns. I don't have any... Not a true statement. I don't have any Valentine's Day things stitched and FFO'd. Not even stitched. Not even a WIP, right? So needed to remedy that. I bought one which is mixed up down in my haul pack. So I'll show you that later. But the other ones that I have that I just wanted to share with you because maybe you'll be inspired to pick up something for Valentine's Day, or you'll want to go check out one of these charts. The first one is one that I have is a PDF, and I almost forgot I had it. I'm kind of bad about that with my PDFs. It is by Cosford Rise Stitchery, which I know some people are carrying that now at their LNS. I did buy mine on Etsy. That's the first place I saw her charts. And she has some beautiful charts if you're interested. And this is called February Basket. Isn't it cute? Super, super cute. And it's Cosford Rise Stitchery. I got mine on Etsy, but I'm sure you could get one at your LNS or ask your LNS to order it. I'm thinking about starting that one. I know I said I wasn't going to, however, when I went to my LNS the other day, I did pick up, that is the, these are the floss that you needed for it. So that's really sweet. So that is possible start for me next month. A few of my other Valentine's Day charts that I have that I just love. This one's a newish one for me. I think I showed y'all this one not long ago. This is by Annie B. Spolkart. It's Frosty's Valentine. It is so cute. I love those little envelopes with the hearts on them. Precious, precious, precious. Another one is by Hands On Design, A Waffle Lot. Love you, A Waffle Lot. Isn't that super cute? And you can finish it like in a little waffle. It's really cute. I love it. Love it, love it. This one, let's see, this is not big. Well, this one's not either. Let's talk about that. Stitch count on this one is 80 by 82, and they have this is all done in DMC. And this one is, the top is 65 by 65, the bottom is 65 by 65. A side of waffles, that's the side panel, 12 by 260. And let's see, DMC, that's what she's got it charted in. Very, very cute. Exciting news. Hands-on Design is going to be one of the featured designers at, oh my gosh, why is it going out of my brain? Debbie and Kev's retreat in Utah. Oh, Stitch West in October. So yeah, I think they have a waiting list. I think they've already done signups, but I think there's a waiting list that you can get on. There's a lot of places, there's a lot of retreat information getting released now, and registrations and wait lists, and Stitch New England should be open to general public soon if it's not already. Queen City's already finished theirs, but I'm sure you could get on, I don't want to say I'm sure, maybe you can get on a wait list. Yeah, if you're interested in retreats, it's a good time to have your ears open and your eyes open and be on your Instagram and be going to those websites for those retreats if you're interested. I know the Sable Stitchers, they keep a list of retreats. So you'd have to go to their channel and figure out where they have that information at. I know they don't have all of them on there, but they have a good jumping off point for you if you don't know any of them. Another cute Valentine's Day chart, I love this one, is My Funny Valentine by Heartstring Sampler. Y'all know I love a cross stitch with a song in it. If I can sing it, it's fabulous. I love this song. So stitch count on this one is 125 by 233. That's stitched on 36 count, and she used Gentle Arts for this one. 3 5-yard skeins. That was with 1 thread over 2. Isn't that beautiful? I love this one. Love it, love it, love it. This is a fun one. I ordered, might have been last market, by Nikki's Creations. It's called Sweet Sheeping. Oh, let's see. It is 100 wide by 85 high. And this one is charted in DMC. So cute. And last but not least of my Valentine's Day collection is this cute little one called Wildberry Romance by the Sweetheart Tree. I don't have the little charm that goes with it, but it's sweet. I could figure something out, some beads or something, or probably I could even find a charm if I really put my mind to it. Those were just a few Valentine's Day charts that I thought I would share with y'all if you were kind of stumped on or looking for things that you might think you want to start. There are a ton of them out there. I just don't know why I haven't stitched any of them. So I think I'm going to start one. I think I'm going to start one. I think I am. I think I'm going to start that Cosford Rise one. This week I had been doing some stuff or last week. I didn't quite get finished, but I was filing a lot of my charts that I had purchased over the year in my binders. I keep my charts, my paper or hard copy charts in binders alphabetized by designer. I keep them in like those sheet protectors. And so I had gotten behind on my filing system. Like I had been buying charts and putting them in my to be filed bucket, and then my to be filed bucket was overflowing. While I was working on that though, I did realize that I had a duplicate chart, that I had actually purchased one. I know I said something about this before. I'm pretty sure I did, but I accidentally, even though I use the X-Stitch app very religiously for keeping up with my stuff, I made a boo-boo and I purchased this one. This is the Cricut Collection Winter. Let's see, this one. So I have 2 of these. This is 249 wide by 55 high, okay? And it calls for, it's charted in DMC or Anchor. And maybe it wants a blending filament for some of that snow, it looks like. I would like to give one of these away because I haven't stitched it and it's a duplicate and it's brand new, and so I would love to share this with you all. So if you are interested in stitching this one, please use the word winter in a sentence. Winter. All right, that's what I'll search for. I will give this away when I come back to see you in a couple weeks. So that should be what, like the mid-February. It's still winter most places, and then I will get that right out to you. So if you wanted to start on it for winter, you could. I think it's adorable. What's my favorite part of this? I was trying to think about that. I like the snowman and the tea. Yeah, I like that. I don't know. This is all really cute. And I love, I can't tell, it's kind of like a snowy Christmas tree around the eye. Yeah, it's cute. These are so cute stitched up. So if you're interested in me sending you the chart Winter by the Cricut Collection, just use winter in a sentence for me and I will get that out to you. I will, like I said, I will do it right before I record my next FlossTube in a couple weeks. So that'll be mid-February. That's how long you got to do to deal with that. Okay, let's see what else I want to talk about. I want to talk about my friend Samantha, the Huga Stitcher. She has a new stitch along coming in February. It starts February 10th. It's called #Year of the Dragon Sow. Head on over to her FlossTube to check out all the information about it. I just wanted to make mention of it because two things. I am going to be joining her. I am going to not do a new start. Don't freak out. I'm going to be stitching on my WIP that I just started in November for Rebecca Yarrow's Iron Flame release. It's called the Antique Celtic Sampler by Elizabeth's Needlework. I'll pop a picture up here. I didn't bring my WIP out to show. Where is that WIP? I could show you really fast, I bet. No, not that one. It's in a dragon bag. Aha. I can show you. This is a dragon bag. This is a dragon bag by my sister-in-law, Rivertown Designs US. And I will tell you, she's had some beautiful ones up there that I've had some friends snap up pretty quick. There's one left up there right now, I believe. I'll pop a picture of what the kind of bags. She is going to be making some more soon, but I think there's only like 1 or 2 left up there right now. But they're different than this one, but I love this one. Let me show you this WIP really quick. This is what I'm going to be working on next month to join my friend Samantha. There we are, by Elizabeth's Needlework. Here there be monsters. Yeah, and I'll show you where I am. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Old Lawn by Manny Dodonna. That's where I am, using the called for fancy floss. So I will be bringing that back out. She starts that February 10th. And she's got a beautiful Teresa Winsler she's starting. And so go check out Samantha's channel. Find out all about #Year of the Dragon Sow. That's to celebrate Chinese New Year. It's Year of the Dragon. I'm a dragon, so fun times, right? Okay, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about a new release from Notforgotten Farm that I think is so cute that I just bought. Oh, that's kind of haul. I'm going to show you this one right now, but it is haul. But anyway, what's his name? His name is Lucky O'Green. And isn't he cute? Oops. How do I do that? Bumped something. There he is. Isn't he just cute as can be? I love St. Patrick's Day. I love all of that. So that is Notforgotten Farm. And he's adorable. I bought the PDF of him. She does have a PDF and a, I think she has a hard copy you can buy too. I want to talk a little bit about Market. So I think that's it for February. Sorry, go back to February. A little bit all over the place, aren't I? February. So I would like to do a Valentine's start, and I'm going to work on my #Year of the Dragon Sow WIP. I'm going to continue working on my focus pieces the next couple weeks. And if I have any rain, I'm going to do some more Christmas moves. I have a Zoom set up with Samantha and my friend Amber. We are stitching the Woodland Fairy by Mirabilia, #Woodland Fairy Sow. Anyone's welcome to join the stitch along. And so I would like to work on that one. Yeah, so that's the plans so far. Just keep on keeping on. I would like to finish Santa's Best Friend. And I know by the time I come back and see you all, there will have new WIP Go numbers called. So I'll have new WIP Go Walk of Shame goals going on for February. Okay, Market, however. Nashville Needlework Market. This is a big event in our community. If you don't know what it is basically, it is a wholesale show that happens the beginning of March up in Franklin, Tennessee, outside of Nashville. And designers come and bring all their stuff, and it's for like shops. Brick and mortar shops, which is your LNS or online stores, okay? And it's for those shopkeepers to come and buy all of the new releases and see all the new things and touch all the thread and fabric and maybe not touch it, but be able to look at everything and buy things for their shop for the year. So this is a very big time for designers in our community, makers in our community, your LNS, your online stores, big time, okay? So what happens is a lot, and I'm going to say I'm planning to go to market this year. This will be my 3rd year getting to go to market with my friend Leanne of Forbidden Fiber Co. My friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches, and I, we're all local to Leanne, and we drive up with her and we set up the room and help her in the shop all weekend. And it's a blast. It's a blast. I didn't get to see everybody last year because I had the most terrible case of food poisoning, and I got it like we set up that first day and then we went out for dinner that first night, and it hit me in the middle of the night. So I didn't get to see and do all the fun market things last year. I'd get to see some people though and give some hugs. But anyway, so I will be helping Leanne this year and getting to go, and I'm excited to see everybody. And so, but what I was getting at for you all is that this is a big time for our community, for the shops. A lot of shops, either if you have an LNS or if you have a particular online store, a lot of them do pre-orders, okay? And so you're going to see stuff rolling out. If you're involved at all on Instagram in particular or Facebook, you're going to see new things from designers. Sometimes they do a sneak peek. Sometimes they show all the stuff. And then you're going to see things from your maybe your LNS. My LNS takes pre-orders, usually up until a few days before they have to leave, because either they need to put something in with them or, you know, they want to have all their ducks in a row. Sometimes there are exclusive things at market that you can only get at market that they don't offer throughout the year or ever. So keep an eye on those sort of things. There are some online stores, I'm going to say, like my friend Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She'll be there. She'll be stocking up her online store. I already know Stacy, my friend, Thread the Needle Stitchery. She'll be buying things. I believe she's got some sort of a pre-order protocol in place if you go check out her website. I know Gary and Ronnie over at GaRon Stitchery are going to be there, and they usually have a great spot on their website where they list like all of the new stuff coming out, and they take emails and pre-orders, and they have a specific way they want you to do it too. So just try to find out what everybody's plans are or how they need you to get your orders in. I know Keepsakes, that's an LNS about in Cincinnati. Steph from Just Keep Stitching, I know she takes in a ton of pre-orders. And if you want to order from an LNS, and if they ship, like I know Keepsakes does, that doesn't have to be your local store. Or if you want to do an online store, if you don't have if you don't have an LNS. But this is the time to be thinking and looking and having a good time. It's like your Christmas wish list with your books, right? So just keep an eye out. I want to say, in fact, I got an email. I am on the Lindy Stitches, that's Stephanie Webb. I am on her, her email, right, where she sends out things. And she has just posted a few new releases for market by the Blue Flower. Now, I love the Blue Flower. I know a lot of us love the Blue Flower. Have you seen this one? In Praise of Pollinators. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. So Stephanie from Lindy Stitches is taking pre-orders for these, and she put a bunch of them up. I only took a couple screenshots of some of my faves. Look at this one. Bees in the Greenhouse. And this is, I don't even know what this thing is called. It's a little greenhouse, right? So this is so fun. This is the time of year. This is all the goodies are coming out. So Stephanie over at Lindy Stitches, she will take pre-orders for market too. So just keep your eyes and ears out. There's a FlossTuber named Carolyn Zook, Zook Stitches. I'll put her below. Every year, once Gary and Ronnie kind of get all or most of their market stuff like uploaded to their website, Carolyn has gone through in the past years, and she has gone like, she has put a picture up and talked about every single new release, information about it, what she likes about it, all the things. That's really fun to watch. And that's a really easy way to go shopping without having to hardly go shopping. You know what I mean? So just keep your eyes and ears open if any of that stuff interests you. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what everybody's coming out with. I just know it's all going to be fabulous. Any of the designers that you might follow that do FlossTubers, you're going to hear them now talking about, kind of they're in the market crunch and they're getting ready for market, and they're you know, getting stuff back from their model stitchers, or they're stitching like crazy or whatever, you know, so it's fun times. And when I'm there, I will try to, you know, pop up some pictures and some little snippet videos of what we're up to and over in Leanne's Forbidden Fiber Co. shop, and who I bump into. It's a lot of fun. So like I said, keep your eyes and ears open for market releases. If you might just see something you have to have. I mean, I might have already seen something I have to have, of course. Okay, let's talk about some stitchy kindness that I received. Now, this is, I mean, I say it is stitchy kindness, but when I went to my LNS for the 901 Stitch Together the other day, I got some sweet gifts. One was from my friend Zan, the Crazy Band Lady Stitches, and she brought me the cutest things. Zan is she loves to go antiquing and vintage stores, and it's really fun. So she bought this little egg cup, and then she got these little felted wool ball for like a pincushion. Isn't that adorable? I love this. This is so cute. And then she went on to, I think it was Etsy, Early Americana Workshop and Studio. It's from New Hampshire, and this is a tomato pincushion. Look at that. It's like shaker style. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Thank you, Zan. I love it. Look at the stitching in there. This is so good. I'm super excited about this. And seeing as how I found a million needles in my WIP parade, I'm using all the pincushions that I'm needing all the pincushions that I possibly could get. And then Zan also brought me a sweet gift. Oh, she also brought me my favorite candy, are the hot tamales candies. I ate those immediately. Like, I ate those while we were at the Stitch Together. So, and then she brought me some goodies from my friend Ymir, AlmondMnMs. It's a cute little Stitch is my favorite. I don't know if you can see him right here. This is a like pencil drawn cell of him that I got at Disney several years ago and had framed. I love him so much. So Stitch is my favorite Disney character. So I got a mug, and I got a Stitch pop socket, some hot chocolates and some peppermints, and then a bunch of candy that I ate, like gummy bears and some little chocolate things, because you know we were snowed in. And what do you run out of first when you're snowed in? All the junk food, right? So ate that right up. Thank you, Ymir. That's very, very sweet. Y'all shouldn't have done that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about some haul. And then I'm going to show you my punch needle and my needlepoint that I've been working on. And then we're going to be good, okay? Don't have a ton of haul. I did buy a few things online. So today, actually, this happened today. I was scrolling through Instagram, and darn it, I could not, even though I went back to try to find the post, I couldn't find the Instagram person that posted. They had a stitch along going, something about a wren, and it was a wren with these snowdrops. And I love snowdrops. Are one of my favorite flowers. I have a really sweet painting of them. I love this. So this chart is by a designer that I already had a chart from, called Love Poppet, Poppet, Love Poppet UK. Okay, that's their website. All right. So interestingly enough, I was watching Mama Loves You GB Michelle this past weekend, and she did a finish of a robin designed by this same person. And I had this one, and I love this one. It's so cute. He's called Rockin' Robin. And I love how he's got the Quaker design in his breast. Isn't that gorgeous? So Michelle actually just recently did a finish on him. And so I had that one, but then I had to get the little wren with the snowdrops, and I'm sorry I can't remember that Instagrammer or even the name of the stitch along. But then when I was checking the site out, this is like called Driving Home the Christmas Tree. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I love that. Look at that car and the presents just flinging out behind them and that Christmas tree. That's so fun. That's so fun. On our way home from Thanksgiving from my mom's house in Wisconsin, we saw this cute young couple in this little car, and they had this Christmas tree on the top of their car, and they were driving by us. It was like something straight out of the Griswolds, but it wasn't like a huge Christmas tree. It's like this little tiny Christmas tree, and oh my Lord, when they got home, there was probably not going to be a single needle left on that tree. I mean, it was about naked. I don't know what they thought. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it looked like when they got it, but I know when they got home, I cannot imagine them being very excited about that. But anyway, yep, so I got that stuff for haul. And then this is super fun. So my friend Bernadette, GaRon Stitches, she went to Japan over the holidays, and she ended up bringing me home some Kohana scissors, which I adore. They're very lightweight, they cut beautifully, obsessed. So there's a new obsession that has grown. I mean, I already love scissors enough, right? So Bernadette messaged me and another friend, and then, well, basically there was a special like drop of some like special edition scissors with like a whole little packet. So we all went in together and, you know, like split the shipping costs and everything. And we ordered it. So this is, I guess this is like a little Valentine's Day drop. So let's see what you got. There's a little bag. And this is a Kohana, it's like a calendar. All right. And you know, I'm not going to use this Kohana calendar, but it's very nice. Let's see. Yeah, it's for the whole year. You know, if anybody's interested in this calendar, just write Kohana, C-O-H-A-N-A in a sentence. And I'll do a drawing for next time for this one too, because I'm really not going to use this and this will just be a waste. It's very nice. And it's really nice cardstock, and I don't want to this will just be wasted on me. So, you know, it'll just sit in this little packet. And anyway, so if you're interested in this calendar, you think you could use it, then I will definitely send it to you. Just like I said, Kohana in a sentence. Okay, so what came in this little thing? All right, this is like a little, you know, like a little book that you write in. Like a nice little leather, and it's pink. And this is actually, I didn't want to open, this is actually a bunch of little sweet colored pencils. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these either. These may get to be given away as a Valentine's Day present next month. We will see. I'm going to think about that. All right. Also, I love these pins. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, just beautiful. Let's see, they're not focusing, but I think you in the glare. But this is the special edition Kohana scissors. Come beautifully packaged if you've ever, and they're all like wrapped up really nice. And there they are. So they came with like a leather pink sheath, and they're pretty champagne color. Really pretty. So there they are. Beautiful. Love them. So was excited to get these. Very excited. So that was some haul since I had seen you last. I do have a good bit more. I don't know. I didn't think I had as much as typical. I didn't think I had as much as I do. All right, let's see. Oh gosh. You know what else I wanted to talk about? My long dog restart. Trying to decide if I need to keep going with the haul or talk about the long dog restart. Let's pause on the haul and let me talk about this long dog restart. See, I had a ton to talk about. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's a stitch along. I can't believe I'm going to actually think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to cut this part out and put it back up with my February plans, because I think some of you all may have tuned out because not everybody likes to hear about haul. So future self, you're going to chop this part out and then you're going to put it back in with the February information. Okay, let's go back to that. So I am going to be joining my friend Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, and a bunch of other stitchers to do the hashtag Long Dog Leap Year Sal. I don't know who started this. I think it's been going on for quite a while, but I guess the idea is you start a long dog on leap year and then you have until the next leap year to get it done. I'm going to actually be doing a restart. I'm going to be restarting Opening Gambit by Long Dog Sampler. So I'm going to put a picture up here. I was stitching this to commemorate my son's graduation from high school. He likes to play chess. And he originally wanted it done in red. And I was thinking black. So I was a little bit surprised. I wanted to be really pretty, but I also wanted to be kind of economical. And so I thought this would be a fun piece to do on a 40 count and to use a hank of silk to do. Okay, so I started it. And this is where I got. And it's on a piece of like 40 count antique white. And that's where I am. But I'm going to restart this. And I'm going to just show you why. My floss is variegated, and you kind of control the level of variegation by which direction you stitch. I didn't want to think about it that much, y'all. I started stitching up, I started stitching sideways. I couldn't just figure out what I liked. And then I got like, this is too complicated. It's already a lot of stitches in a small area, and I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to stitch it. That's part of the whole thing about having one color of floss, right? Well, to me anyway. And so this didn't get touched. And so I'm definitely restarting it. Now, whether or not I use this same fabric or not, I like the fabric. I don't know if I can get that out. It's a lot of stitches, and it's 40 count. I want to show you the original floss that I used. I used a silk from Silks for You. This is an Australian company. They've been around a long time. They do a great job. I used PR068. So they're numbered, okay? And this is the color that it is. So you can see there's a pretty drastic change. So when this stuff comes to you, I ordered another hank of silk from them that I'm going to use for my restart, PR034. This beautiful red, right? Now, this is how it comes, okay? Like this. A little scary, right? I thought it was super scary. So I went to Teresa Little Stitcher's FlossTube, and she has a tutorial that tells you how to manage that, okay? And what it turns out looking like is all of my hank now looks like this, okay? And I'm able to just pull one piece of silk from my knot right out. I don't have to untangle, undo anything. It can live in these little hanks like this the whole time I'm working on it. And I just pull one piece out, one piece out. It's fabulous. So it can go from that to these, and it's not super difficult, okay? Not super difficult. So I will link Teresa Little Stitcher's tutorial down in the description box below. But in the meantime, check out her channel. I love Teresa Little Stitcher. She's fabulous. She's so fun to watch. If you've never watched her before, she's just great. She's always stitching something fun, and she's fun to watch. Check her out. Okay, now let's get back to the haul. Sorry. All right, when I went to my LNS for 901 Stitch Together, I had a few things waiting for me. I had ordered, when this chart, I already had this chart when it came out, a classic haunt by Hands On Design, and Billy from Stitchers Inc. had ordered me the called for fabric. I just thought it was really pretty. It's a 32 count orchid, and it says Weigart. Yeah, it's pretty. I know I don't need it all for this, obviously, but I'll use it for something. And like I said, I picked up that floss for that Cosford Rise chart, and then I found this one. And this one's got a Valentine's too. It's by Loohoo Stitches Winter Fling. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's got mittens and snow, and then it's also got some hearts on there. Love the heart flowers. I like Loohoo Stitches. And also, you know, I like Cricut Collection. So this is July. I don't have the buttons, and I don't really think I'm going to get the buttons. Sometimes I'm not a huge button fan, or maybe just one button, but I can deal without buttons a lot of the times. Sometimes I really like them, and sometimes I'm like, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Very cute. That was my haul from Stitchers Inc. from our 901 Stitch Together day. Then I had a Fabric of the Month delivery from GaRon Tote Bags. This is going to be Seraphim Fabrics. Sorry, Winnie's just having a fit out there. There must be a cat outside or something. This is, so GaRon Tote Bags just started this month. It's half Seraphim Fabrics and half Fabrics by Stephanie. I love both of these fabric dyers. They're great. And the first month was Seraphim Fabrics, and it's Ostara. I think it's a really pretty color. Really pretty. Love it. Love it. Probably somebody fancy is going to go on that. And then, you know, I was punch needling and learning all the things, so I placed an order with Welcome Stitchery up in Blue Earth, Minnesota. They also have a FlossTube, Welcome Stitchery. And they have a website, and that's where I ordered it from, their website, welcomestitchery.com. So they send a really cute little project journal when you order from them. Little page. And so I'm looking for a piece of fabric for one of the Leela Studios seasonal Quakers. This is the autumn one I'm thinking of for this one. I'm doing the other two in Needle and Flax. So they had some Needle and Flax 40 count. This is a newer color for them. It's called Furly. This is a possibility for the autumn Quaker by Leela Studio. Yeah, pretty. And then I ordered a couple punch needle threaders just in case. I lost mine because you're just kind of at a dead stop if you don't have a way to thread that needle. And then this is a punch needle kit by Teresa Kogut. Didn't realize some of my favorite designs. I knew Teresa Kogut did punch needle, but I didn't realize Hello from Liz Matthew has done punch needle designs. And I don't know if I would do rabbits, but thought that was cute. Yeah. And then one of my very favorite designers, Kathy Barrett, is Carriage House Samplings. This is a punch needle chart too. So I picked up a few of those things from Welcome Stitchery. And then I told you I was looking that night before I was going to start Winter's Nest. I was looking for, this is some silver. It's a raw silver. I thought maybe I could get it fast enough by ordering it on Amazon. This is from Needlepoint Treasures, was the name of it. But see how silvery it is? Pretty. So that came in. But I mean, I can always use it for something. Believe me. And then I placed an order to 123 Stitch for a bunch of just like sort of, well, I needed some stuff. Needed some stuff, y'all. So let me show you what I needed. Well, first thing I needed was sorry, hold on just a minute. This is getting annoying. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. You're going to notice some cuts because I was trying to talk to y'all about some haul and the Amazon delivery person came and the dogs went nuts. So a few things that I just needed from 123 Stitch. So I got some more 32 count, the opalescent raw. And no, sorry, this one's silver. Silver. Then because I used my last bit for Winter Nest, I needed some more opalescent. And I will say, I forgot to show you one of my other Valentine's Day charts. I have Miss Valentine by Mirabilia. That could be a start too. And I was thinking about doing her on the opalescent. So, And then this one is gold. I didn't know they had gold. And then Billy at Stitchers was talking about it the other day. And I'm like, ew, they got some gold. I don't know. Kind of basics. Blingy basics, right? And then, of course, I was feeling like I didn't have enough Valentine's Day charts. So I got this really cute one from Ravaris. It's kind of a cool, like, they did a pillow. It says love on it. And it came with the, like a charm. Yeah. I can't really see without taking it all out of the package, all the info about it. I didn't have this Nora Corbett and I wanted it. Inkberry Holly. I think it's so pretty. I love it. Love it, I love it, I love it. And then I needed some DMC because you know how I forgot to talk about this too in plans, about doing one of these every month for my mom for her Christmas tree in her office. And so I needed these DMC. I didn't have any in my stash, so got that for that. And then I needed a few beads for a couple projects. And then, oh my goodness. So, I don't know. I don't remember if it was my WIP parade or what, but I was going through my Santa's Magic bag the other day and I noticed I didn't have any of the Krynic in there. And I was like, where did all the Krynic go? I think maybe I just never ordered the Krynic. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I had a bunch of Krynic to order. So I ordered Krynic for that one and a few other of my Miras and a couple water lilies. So I got a bag of Krynic. All the pretty Krynic. Lisa's favorite. Okay, I think that was all my haul. I feel like that was all my haul. Let's talk very briefly, if you want to stick around for, I want to show you my new start on my punch needle and my needlepoint. So, needlepoint. I started this chart on, oh, I didn't even talk about this, on Saturday. There was a Saturday that I was stitching with my friends for the Scary Sampler Zoom. And that's when I stitch with Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. I stitch with Jackie and Justine from X's and Hoes. Bomb from Sanctum Stitching. Am I missing somebody else? I'm sure I probably am. I'm so sorry. But we're working on that one together. And I said, I need to take a pass on working on Scary Sampler during our Zoom, y'all, because today would have been my grandmother's birthday, and my grandmother worked for a needlepoint store for many years and enjoyed it tremendously. So I wanted to start my needlepoint on that day. So, this is what I started. This is a little snowman. It's a canvas. This is a hand-painted canvas by, I guess, Dee Dee. So, story about these canvases. My aunt found a bunch of hand-painted canvases at a thrift store out in Oregon for a couple bucks, and so this is one of them. So he's my test guy. So I kitted him up at my LNS, and he is being stitched with a bunch of beauties. I've got some silk lame. All the things. I've got some threadworks in here. So this one is called, I think it's called Sparkle Rays that I'm stitching the white with. And it's a very shimmery and very, it's like snow. See all the shine on it. Doesn't always lay the flattest, but I've been working, so I did my outline in the blue, and then I've been working on my basket weave for his hand. And that's where I am. He's really cute and it's fun. It's a little bit frustrating because when I look at it like this, I can see where some of my stitches didn't lay exactly the way I want them to, but that's just being picky, you know. It's fun. You do use a pretty large needle for this. Like, let's see what size this is. I don't know what gauge that, I don't know what size that canvas is, but I'm using 22 tapestry needles by John James, so they're pretty good size. Let's see, little swords. And it's fun, and I'm enjoying myself. And this is a nice break for if I've had a really long day at work or something, or my eyes are tired and I just don't want to think as much, because your canvas is painted and you don't have to count. I mean, you have to make some decisions as far as like where you're going to stitch what compared to the color and everything. But like in the area that I'm working in and just practicing my basket stitch in basket weave stitch in all that white, it's not much thinking about it. And then I started my first punch needle. So my punch needle pattern is by Notforgotten Farm, one of my favorite designers, Lori Brecklin. So Lori designs punch needle, cross stitch, embroidery, I think she does rug hooking, like you name it. Like, and she has a great store, and she also has an Etsy and a blog. So that's my first one I'm doing, Blue Willow. So I got all of my required things from her except for the floss. So I'm stitching this in a Morgan hoop. That's what this whole situation, Morgan hoop stand. Morgan hoops are like hoops that have this little indentation in the middle, and it like locks your fabric in really tight. This is on weaver's cloth. It's a very tight weaved cloth that you stretch really tight. And yeah, and so then you trace your pattern. You use like a light box. Sometimes you can get stuff that's already like pre-printed patterns. I had to trace mine on my light box, so I just traced my pattern, and those numbers in there are like the colors of the threads. And then this is the back, and the front is actually over here. which is not done or really good for viewing yet, but basically I'm stitching that, and I'm using a Valdani floss for this. I don't think I got enough because I was watching a Pfeiffer tutorial about punch needle. She was talking about how she punches really tight to not leave a lot of space in between, and I'm starting off to be a tight puncher myself. Plus, I think the store I ordered this from didn't have the thicker one, so I had to get the 12, and I'm using 2 strands of this, and so I'm not going to have enough because all of that floss, all of the willow tree is done with this. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I think I'm going to have to order some more. So, yeah, pain in the booty. I'm using this. This is the punch needle thing. It's called a Smart Punch. Yeah, and that's what you have to use the big long threaders for and everything. Hot mess. It's fun, y'all. It is not rocket science. It's pretty relaxing. I'm afraid it might bother my wrist a little bit like crocheting does, so I don't know if I'm going to turn into like this super big punch needle person because did I say my ankle? I'm not sure what I said. I'm afraid it's going to bother my wrist some like crocheting does because it's kind of the same. I don't know. But it's fun. I'm enjoying myself. So, and it, like I said, this is very like relaxing and just, you know, work on it and yeah, fun. So those were my 2 new things that I tried during the snowstorm. Yeah, fun. I think that's it, y'all. And if it wasn't it, that's plenty. And I'll catch up whatever I missed last time. I see something else I missed. I'm just not going to worry about it right now. So I'll be coming back in a couple weeks. Have 2 giveaways. I have the winter chart by the Cricut Collection. So just remember to use the word winter. I've already lost it. And then it's in my pile over here. And then I have the Kohana calendar. So use the word Kohana if you're interested, and I will be happy to pop those in the mail to y'all. Be looking out for all the new market releases coming up. That's super exciting. I know that's what I'm going to be doing too, keeping an eye on all of that. I will be starting my February WIP Go stuff and restarting Long Dog Sampler, the opening gambit, and I'll probably be working on a Valentine's Day stitch by the time I come back. Plenty going on. So I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day or night, whichever it may be. You enjoy your stitching and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.